Well, guys, me and the boys started here this evening. Of course, the body mount's broke on that Crossmember. Took half my skin with it. We got rust laying everywhere. Figure we'll go ahead and get this out that we can rust treat the panels that the Crossmember bolts to. We got to add a little bit of metal back here for the panel to bolt to. We've got to do a little bit in that corner over on the floor, but we'll see how it all comes out. Well, here we go. We start working on it. Let's see if the whole thing will collapse. I don't know. I put some braces on the back mount towards the corners. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. Let's find out. Alright, guys, got all the old rusted Crossmember out. We got some metal here. They're tack welded right there on that side too. Got to do a little slice and dice there and pull that piece out. But found a little issue. Here's the body mount. This one's completely gone. I'm glad I got new ones. Supposed to sit there. Well, the other side don't look like that. A lot of you guys gonna be like, "Oh man, the frame's gone." Well, this ain't that bad. I've seen worse. Trust me, I've seen worse. I've worked on a lot of these. This side, it's a 3-holer instead of a 2. We'll figure out something about this once I get all the new mounts and get this into where I know I'm ready to bolt it up before I do it. I got some frame metal. Maybe I'll just either put it under the mount and bolt it up, or we'll just cut. We won't even really cut this that much, but weld in a little piece there. But guys, that don't bother me at all. That was the worst 2 mounts out of the whole vehicle. And that's the main reason I wanted to get this back tackled before. Guys, the tailgate was on when I got it. It just wouldn't shut right. Yeah, once I started looking around, I was just gonna put a glass in it and go on. Once I started looking around this Crossmember and the mounts, looking at the rest of the mounts, the rest of them I took with a screwdriver, same as I did these 2. I kind of seen this one was rotting out underneath of it a little bit. The rest of them are not that way. We'll figure that out. That don't bother me at all. But over here, I don't know if you guys can see, but we got a little rust hole right here where that panel is supposed to sit. We got a tiny one over here too on the back side. Right here where this bolts on the back side, there's a little rust hole there. But this Crossmember is gone. This is why the tailgate wouldn't hold shut. But the only thing that sucks about it is that new piece is going to be black. I really can't match a patina on it. It's going to be hard to, but you can see our carnage so far. I mean, there's half of the truck on the floor. And this is the worst part of this whole Suburban. This is the worst hole ever, or worst rust on it. Got little holes like that, little tiny ones, but not underneath of it. Not in the tub, not in the fender wells, not in the front, not on the cab, not on the firewall, nowhere at all on the tub. Not even up there where they usually rot up on the step up to the bed. They usually rot out right there real bad. There's no holes there. Just outside stuff. There, tiny one there. But not worried about that. We'll get this back fixed. There's one there. Kind of already stuck a license plate in it. We're not fixing none of this outside rust. We're just gonna prolong it until I decide if I decide that I want to put new panels in it and paint it. But right now we're going for a patina look, rusty look, rat rod look, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're going for, and we'll eventually use a real good scuff pad, knock all this flaky stuff off, finish out the license plates, and we'll do that wipe on clear coat. But you can see inside, floors, tubs, solid. Usually these rot out really bad right where the seat is all the way across. All over in there, over in here, just completely rot out. But this one's solid. So that's the only Crossmember we had to worry about. That's why we took it apart. We might do a little bit of cutting here and there, get that last little bit of stuff off, so we can rust treat it, and that way it's all dried up when we're ready to start putting the new panel in. I'm waiting for the body mounts. Once we get the body mounts, and that's all dried after we rust treat it, we should be able to fix that little piece, that overwood hole, and put the new body mounts, Crossmember in, bolt it all back. I'm gonna have to get a rear tailgate seal, but while we're waiting on all that stuff to come, we still got interior to do. We got a little bit of odds and ends out here under the hood. I really don't like that overflow tank or expansion tank. I think I'm gonna do away with it. We got heater ducts to take out and clean. We got speakers to put in. We got gauges to wire up. And we got sound deadening to do. We got to finish it out. So we still got a lot to do, but it's all a lot of small stuff. It's all stacked here, look. Don't worry about this. This is for the camp. But it's all stacked here. We got to go through and clean it all up. I don't know where I put it. I think I done put it up. I'll post a pic. We got the fabric for the door panels the other day. Me and the wife and kids went and picked out. I don't know if you can see. There's this carpet area right here. And I don't know if we're going to keep the carpet on the bottom of the door panel. Don't know yet. But we're going to replace it with some different material on all the door panels. And we might just do this center section of the dash and leave this outer piece of chrome kind of match the rest of it. We might do a little bit of fiberglass work to this dash pad or buy a new one. I don't know yet. We'll get to that point later. I do have this cover that we can put on it for now. I don't know. It's not real bad. We can cut that down, do a little bit of fiberglass work, paint it and coat it or something. I don't know. The seats, we just gotta cover them, clean them up and cover them. We gotta fix the center console on that one, but alright guys, kinda got ahead of the game on you. Taking the taillight harness out. Done marked it. I don't think it matters. They look about the same, but they need some soldering work done to them. Tell you right now, someone has resprayed this truck in its lifetime. Here's the harness that runs down through the body. I'll show you what we got so far. As you can see, we got the rear panel out. It's laying down there. I'm gonna have to make a couple inner panels. Get you where you can see. I got you on pod. As you can see, so by the looks of it, this panel came straight over, and then L'd over here and capped this. So we're gonna cut this rust holes out. We'll have to re-drill this hole for the taillight, but we're gonna come over so far. I'm gonna run a new panel all the way over, build an L bracket, cut the rust out, weld her in, and then put the new panel on. Guys, I'm not restoring it. I want the patina look, but we are going to rust treat it to prevent it from rusting back. Later down the road, if we decide to restore it, we'll tear it all back apart again. Right now, I just want a tailgate so we can start cruising this thing. So, it goes on this side. Chair don't want to roll. Goes on this side too. Same thing. Might be able to reuse this existing bolt hole. It's on a back panel. This piece has been out. This is part of this panel. We'll have to come over here half of this hole again, build an L bracket over, and we'll bring this bracket all the way out to here. And what we'll do is just cut this rust here off and weld it in. And we'll have to make a short piece here, same on that side, short piece. This is kind of separated from it, but I want that outside look. Well, I'm back, guys. Here to show you what we got so far. You step back. We got the bumper brackets off each side. We got all the metal that we don't need on there off. So you can see what we're working with. This is what we gotta take care of. There's a spot right there in the floor. I found a bunch of little ones here, there, and right here's another one. I'll go ahead and just cut out some squares, about in a couple squares. But here's the other side. We left this here. It's gonna be cut off, but we left it here so I can make a template. But all my lights are done. But this is the other side. As you guys can see, we're just gonna make a panel. We're gonna cut about right here, from there to there, and we'll make a full piece panel come all the way out to about right here. And we're gonna take it up, angle it up, and weld on. Still got some metal to cut out, but that's what we got so far. Got it all cleaned up, all my rust mess cleaned up. We actually found a bunch of stuff in between the panels back in here. So we took it out. I scraped around in there for a long screwdriver, and man, we took jet mode to it. Hose are all out inside there and inside the other. It's gonna be in the garage, so it's supposed to be hot tomorrow, kinda, sorta. I don't know, but right now it looks. Don't look too happy over there. Getting dark. But so what we got so far? No, we're leaving the whiskey dent I ain't gonna mess with that. We will be putting a plate there. Might even try to fit one in right there, and might try to fit one in right here. But other than that, that's all the places we got to put the license plate. So we will carry on. But I'm gonna go ahead and replace 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 mounts back here for now. While we're here, while all this is out and it's easy to jack up, I put these in for supports because we took this back support out. I kind of just cut them the same width, just some spare aluminum I had. Without this being here, the back of this sagged really bad, so I just I had a 2x4 jig in here from here to here. It was just in my way to work, so took it out. 2 pieces of scrap aluminum, we put her in each corner, and we took the rear panel out. I'm not really worried about matching this collar. I might try to find something similar for when we weld these in, because I'm thinking I'm gonna scuff this when we're done with everything and paint this with that Rust-Oleum rust paint, because the wood floors are going down here. We're putting a wood floor in this part of it, which I've said before. We're not putting the side panels back in. We're taking this panel out. We're going to cut a piece of the wood that we're putting in the floor to match this panel, and we're going to put it in the side here too. So, and there, we're going to leave all these bullet holes. That stuff's staying. I mean, this one came clear through. I'm surprised it didn't go all the way out. Just want to say that I'm no professional body man. Not a professional body man. I do stuff to get by. If I have to, I will. I'd rather try to fix it than have someone else fix it. Let's just say that. So before I show you what I'm about to show you, probably going to hear all kinds of stuff. Oh, you can't do that, it's going to rust back through. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. But it is what it is. That's all I got to say. So I'm going to show you. Alright. I got, it's rusted here and right here in this little piece. I'm trying to keep these factory nuts. This piece here is still pretty good. It's got spots here, but this thing's still pretty strong. So I'm not sure exactly how this was. It stuck out about right here, so I think it went up. I think it went up and kind of over and connected here. I'm not really sure. It was so far gone. I'll show you this side. This side here, still some of it left. You can see it stuck out here. I think it kind of went up and then up like that somehow. I'm not really sure. So I got this side cut out. Now we're keeping the patina, so I can't. You can see this section of it. So I can't really do no much cutting out of here. But we are going to add. But got to the inside. We got that area there cut out. I'm going to weld in a piece from here, and I'm going to bend it around this loop, and we're going to bring it out flat with this piece right down here. And then we're going to use this factory nut. It's still good. Of course, we got some work to do in there yet, but remember, we're trying to keep this patina and rust look. So what we're going to do is once I got this where I want it, we'll go in here with some rust killer, kill all of it, and do some rust barrier back in there before we start welding panels in. And then when we get up to this area, this had 3 pieces of metal. One, you can probably see it here. Let me show you. Kind of see it here. There's 3. Inside, middle, outside. Oh, we're not going back with that. I'm running a little bit thicker gauge metal in here, so we're going to run one. This piece is going to wrap over flat with this one, and we're going to weld it in. It's going to wrap all the way around from here to here. We're going to weld it in, then we can form these bends right here to make this come down. Once we get this formed over, I might have to do away with this, I don't know, but worst case scenario, we'll nut and bolt everything or weld some nuts onto the new panel. But we're going to form this over, and we're just going to bring it straight over to here and add from here to here. Maybe might cut it off here and just make this whole piece, and then we're going to run this piece down flat to the piece we weld in here. So it'll come down, we'll slope it, bend into it, and we'll weld it to this back piece. And then here, as you guys see, we're able to reach to the tail light to be able to bolt this. We're going to reuse this one for a bolt for the crossmember, and we're missing one down here. So once we get this welded over on where we want it, we'll have to make a hole there, nut and bolt it. So I think these bolt in like 4 places. There's 2 here, 2 inside, so there's 4. And the rest bolts across the top. Alright guys, we're back at it again. Getting ready to make this first piece. Don't mind that inner mark. I messed up, measured wrong. But, we'll make the piece from here. I measured this so it should come back to here. But we still got to sand all this. So I just want to make this piece, trim up some of this stuff, make sure my ideas will work. Alright guys, sorry, forgot I wasn't recording. Got this piece cut out. We put a slight bend at the top. Right here, this lip kind of bends out. We'll see if that fits. If not, we'll do some more modifying. If we have to, what we'll do is we'll weld her in a couple tacks and we'll beat her where we need her. But didn't bend quite enough. Alright guys, looks a little bit better. We're gaining. This bodywork stuff takes time. I wasn't expecting to do a whole lot of this, but make a bigger bend. Maybe we might be able to use this. Alright, this is what I got in the first panel. I know we gotta cut a hole out for the taillight harness, but I figure if we get this tacked in, clean all this up, crack that cut I actually did, weld that crack, get some good beads here, beads around, I don't know, several tacks. I think we can bend this up to where we need it once we get it there. We got the corner good, down here good, and then we can tack it in and then beat this where we need it. Massage it. And then, of course, before we do all this, we're going to rust treat all this so this rust don't keep spreading. Even though probably eventually we're going to restore all this, so that's why I'm not going through and replacing every little panel on it. So I want to keep the patina and rust look, so we're just doing something to this support the bolt to and fix this mess back here. Alright guys, just remember, I'm no professional. We're going to tack this in, we're going to bend it around a little bit, through some weld through primer in there, and I can get to the back side so I can spray through the taillight hole. I'm going to tack the top a couple spots, and we're going to come down and move the bottom out and tack it a couple spots. I think it's got a little curve to it, so we'll have to put a curve in it. Maybe put a pry bar behind it and put a couple tacks in, but here we go. Alright guys, we're back at it. I've been actually working on it already. I don't want to bore you guys with me doing a bunch of welding and grinding, so I'll just show you before and afters and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Right now we're cutting the hole out for the rest of the harness, for the taillight harness grommet. Should have cut it out before we put it in there, but oh well. About center. Hope catches, tears my finger up. Yo!
The new season just came out of Fortnite, and this is my first time playing. My second game, I won.
Your mom awake?
I don't know.
How's that look? Hey, come here.
Yeah.
How's that look?
So excited.
Well, in this piece, I cut a new hole here for the taillight.
Yeah, that looks better.
Now I gotta cut a piece here, a little piece here, and a little piece there. Tick, tick, tack, tick, tick. If you want to weld, you come out and weld.
Not right now.
No! Alright, well, that's what we got so far. Looks factory. Maybe not. Guys are not going to see this. When that new Crossmember goes in, it goes here and bolts, so you're not even going to see this. Time we put the spare tire tub back in. We're gonna clean all this up and rust bury all of it. And then when we get the new, well, I didn't tell you guys. I ordered the Crossmember for the rear, and let's just say I ordered it late at night, about half asleep, and didn't realize I ordered it for the barn door instead of the tailgate. So that box I had sitting here for a week or two was the wrong Crossmember. So LMC let me send it back. Thank you, LMC. And they're sending me another one. So once it gets here, we'll set it all in here where we need it. We'll drill the holes and we'll bolt it all back up. And you'll never see none of this. Or outer piece, which I was wanting to keep this. Don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. So guys, we can drill and bolt this panel in. It don't have to have these welded certs on it. I can reach everything from the tail light. So I'm going to cut this straight across off. Keep this here. Piece here, lay it up. We'll weld in that new flat piece all the way down. And we need to angle it kind of like that. And then add a small piece here and a small piece here.
job right there.
Alright guys, got kind of a mess here. Not all the way dumped this side yet, but we made this piece here and put it in where it's rotted out. Made a small piece here. I was trying to make it all bend in one piece, couldn't do it. We added a short piece here, and I'm gonna cut this down, and I'm only gonna run it down to about right here, but I'm gonna go right here and box that. I'm gonna bend it, put a slight bend in it, and cut and get to fit right in here against this curve. Bring down to here. I'm gonna leave all this open so we can wash it out if we have to. There's a drain hole down here. We got, it's not all the way done yet. Got all the inside in. Guys, it's been a while since I welded body metal. Forgive me. I'm glad this ain't an outside panel, that's all I gotta say. But we're in some issues right here in the corner. But yeah, made this piece go over, ran this piece in, this and the outside piece here. I think it went like this. This used to be in here with the Crossmember bolts, but after looking at the old piece that was here, this goes up in here and bolts like that, which it don't stick out this far, but we'll be able to drill straight through here once we get the new bracket and put a nut and bolt. So these two panels will pinch together. It's pretty strong in there. We went through and welded the inside too. So we'll add that one piece. Then we gotta get started on this side. This side ain't as bad. Still got a lot of rebuilt though, because I'm trying not to mess up the patina and the rust. So we gotta do all the inside, and then we gotta patch this little piece up here in the floor. Alright guys, back at it again. Show what we've been doing. Had to cut some of this out right in here, and because I don't want to lose my patina, so we're trying to make this where I don't have to replace all this. Patina and rust is whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna cut this center out. We're gonna put a piece here and a flat piece here, and then we'll come up and replace this little bit in the floor. Have to go to the inside and do some repair work too once we get that panel back. I'll show you how I did it over here. Guys, I didn't record me doing all of it, record bits and pieces of it. It's just, once I get going with metal work, I just go to it's finished. And the other day my battery died, so this is, you guys ain't gonna see this when the new panel's in. So we got some rust barrier, well, we etch primed it. Well, we put the rust treatment on it before we even welded in new panels, and then we etch primed it, and then we put the rust barrier on it. So we had to weld this piece right here in, this little piece here, this little piece. I don't know exactly how this was. It was all going, so I hope I don't have to trim none of it out with the new panel. And welded this piece in and this piece, and then we cut our hole out for our tail lights. I do know we got a bolt here, a bolt right here, and I think there might be one there when this panel goes back on, the Crossmember, and I got a bolt here. But of course we didn't replace none of that rust down there. We're just gonna bolt, we did all the rust treatment on it, we're just gonna bolt the spare tire hole back. Eventually, when I restore this, yeah, I'll come in and replace all of it. Right now, we're just getting over with the driver. One inside here too. You can see down in there. We welded the back side of this panel too, best I could. But yeah, you can see that. This is this whole panel here, this whole panel right here, all this I had to build. So that's what we gotta do over here too. Right now I'm just kind of cutting it away so we can get to these inner panels. I'm gonna replace them first, and then we'll come out here and replace these. But before we do these, we're gonna do this 4-piece. So figure it out.